Hello dear students. Today I came with the remaining questions of vectors, kinematics and uniform circular motion from JEE Mains 2024. So let's start with the question number 1. We have three vectors and in these three vectors they have given a condition if A dot B cross C becomes 0. We must know this is the condition like A dot B cross C. They can also write the condition in the way that these three vectors are coplanar. Then we should solve this using a determinant method, making a determinant by entering in the first row the coefficient of ijk of vector A, in the second row coefficient of ijk of vector B, in the third row coefficient of ijk of vector C, and making it equal to 0. And we all know how to solve a determinant. You will definitely get the answer x equal to 4. Come to the next question. They have given two forces F1 and F2 are acting on a body. One force has magnitude thrice that of the other. So I have considered one force of magnitude F, another force of magnitude 3F. And resultant of two forces is equal to the force of larger magnitude. So resultant we have considered here R equals to 3F. Writing the resultant using the triangle law, R square equals to F square 3F square 2 into F into 3F into cos theta. We have to calculate the angle between F1 and F2. Now putting the value of R square equal to 3F square, then we get cos theta equal to minus 1 by 6. If we compare according to the given relations, the modulus of n we get here is 6. So 6 is the answer. Come to the next question. Question number 3. They have given three vectors, each of magnitude A. One is OP, another one is OQ, and another one is OR. So we have to solve the resultant of these three vectors. So I have solved the OP and OQ. The resultant of OP and OQ we are getting here is root 2 times A. And the third vector OR, this is the OR vector. Now we have to find out the resultant between the resultant of OP and OQ and the OR. So I've just drawn the another diagram taking OR and the resultant of OP and OQ, A root 2A, and these two are at right angle. If we see the angle properly, here it is 45 degree, this one is also 45 degrees, so the angle between A root 2A is 90 degree. Solving for the resultant, we get A net equals to root 3 times A. So the answer here according to the given relation is 3. Come to the next question. If vector and vector B makes an angle cos inverse 5 by 9, it means what? Cos inverse 5 by 9 means the cos theta we can write 5 by 9 with each other, and they have given a result. If modulus of A plus B is equals to root 2 times modulus of A minus B, and A is equals to n times B, magnitude, we have to find out the integer value of n. So just making square of this complete given relation and writing like you applying the formula a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, here a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta, arranging them and putting the value of cos theta equal to 5 by 9, and we get the relation here 3n square minus 10n plus 3 is equal to 0. Solving for the resultant, we get n equals to 3. The solution will be n equal to 3 and 1 by 3. We have to choose the integer value. That's why the answer is 3. Come to the next. They have given a vector has magnitude same as that of A and is parallel to B. We have to find a vector C, which has magnitude equivalent to the magnitude of vector A in the direction of B. So modulus of A gives what? 3 I cap plus 4j cap. The modulus is 5 and B cap is 4 I cap plus 3j cap, and again the modulus is 5. Now just solving, cancel out these 5 and 5, we get 4 I cap plus 3j cap. They are asking us in the first quadrant, x and 3 are the coefficient of component of this vector. Component of this vector. So x and 3. This is x and this is, we can see, 3. So x is equals to 4. This is the answer. Come to the question number 7. Two cars are traveling towards each other at a speed of 20 meter per second each. When the cars are 300 meter apart, initially the cars are 300 meter apart. Both the drivers apply brakes and the car retard at the rate of 2 meter per second square. The retardation I have shown here, 2 meter per second square. Retardation is what? It is actually the opposite to the direction of the motion. So here we see, when the car stops, we have to calculate the distance between them. Distance between them when they come to the rest. So when they stop, that means if we talk about an individual car, the velocity becomes 0, u plus at. The time instant we get here is 10 seconds. So both the car stops at 10 seconds. Now we have to find out the relative displacement of these two cars. So writing S relative, here I have written U relative into T plus half into A relative into T square. Solving this, we get 200 meter. So they have together traveled with a distance of 200 meters. So finally they are having separation of what? 300 minus 200. Answer is 100 meter. Now let us come to the question number 8. They have said here, train A is moving along two parallel tracks towards north with speed 72 km per hour. Towards north, I have shown here, towards north 72 km per hour in meter per second, it is equivalent to 20 meter per second. And train B is moving towards south with speed 108 km per hour, changing it into the meter per second, we get 30 meter per second. Now we have to find out the velocity of train B with respect to A. So velocity of train B with respect to A, we get minus 50 meter per second. And then the velocity of ground with respect to B. So velocity of ground is 0 and B having velocity in the downward direction, like in the south direction, minus 30. So it is 30 meter per second, option number D. Come to the next question. Question number 9. The coordinates of particles in xy plane are x and y given. We have to find out the motion of the particle according to the option given. So you can read out the option. You can pause the video and read the options. I will simply solve the velocity along the x, differentiating, we get 4 meter per second. Acceleration along x is 0, no acceleration. Velocity along y is 3 plus, here it is 8t square. So 3 plus 16t, and acceleration along y is 16 meter per second square. If we see the acceleration of this particle, we are getting what? 16 meter per second square. Matlab acceleration is uniform. It means the acceleration is uniform. So the option number 1, if we see, uniformly accelerated, and since it has values like what we get in the projectile motion, the velocity and acceleration, Similar to that, so option number A, uniformly accelerated having motion along a parabolic path. Come to the next, position of an end moving in YZ plane is given by YZ plane, the magnitude and direction of velocity. So for velocity, I will simply differentiate this ds by dt, and the differentiation comes to be 4t j cap at t equal to 1 second. The velocity becomes what? 4 meter per second along positive y. So the answer is 4 meter per second in y direction. Come to the question number 11. Here a particle starts from origin at t equal to 0, and particle having velocity in x direction. I have written ux equal to 5, and moves in the xy plane under action of a force which produces a constant acceleration of 3 I cap plus 2 j cap. 3 I cap means what? The acceleration in x direction is 3, the acceleration in y direction is 2, and no velocity, initial velocity along the y direction, so uy I am just taking 0. They have given the condition if the x coordinate of the particle at that instant is 84 meter, so making x equal to 84, and ux into t plus half ax into t square, we get a quadratic. This quadratic, we have to apply the quadratic formula for calculating this time. You get t equals to 6 second. Now we have to find out the speed of the particle at this instant. Speed means what? The magnitude of velocity. So x direction of the velocity is ux plus ax into t, and in y direction uy in ay into t, because uy is 0, so we get here is 23 I cap plus 12 j cap. Taking the resultant, we get the under root 673. So the answer is 67673. Come to the question number 12. Question number 12 is a very much repeated kind of question. The result we should remember, because it's a bit lengthy question. I will just explain according to the diagram I have just drawn here. A particle is thrown upward with u and takes time t1, and then the same particle is thrown in the downward direction, takes time t2, and another particle, same particle, third time just released, takes time t3 in traveling equal height or from the same height. We have to find out the relation between t1, t2 and t3. So according to these three motion, I have written the equation. You can check it according to the sign convention. Then I have done some mathematics. I just show you, you try to understand. It is explained very clearly here. Using the 1 and 2, we get something like the value of u, and then using 1 and 3, and in the third equation we have minus half g t3 square, and in the first equation u t1, putting the value of u from here, t1 minus half g t1 square, just g by 2 g by 2 g by 2 gets cancelled from each and every part, so minus t3 square becomes equal to, just opening this bracket, t1 square minus t1 t2 minus t1 square, cancelling these two, t1 square and t1 square, the t3 becomes the root under t1 and t2. So you can check the option number D. We should remember this result if you are preparing for the JEE mains and NEET examination. No surprise if the questions gets repeated. The angle of projection of projectile to have same horizontal range and maximum height. They have just said r becomes equal to the h max, and we know from the projectile result h max by r becomes tan theta by 4. So since h max and r are equal, so tan theta is equals to 4, theta becomes tan inverse 4. Come to the next. In this question they have given that the projectiles A and B are thrown at angle 45 degree and 60 degree with vertical respectively from top of a 400-meter high tower if their ranges and time of flights are same, the ratio of their speed of projection. So making the ranges equal, r covered by A and a range covered by B. What we know about the range? Range is x component of velocity of A into time taken by A equal to x component of velocity of B into time taken by B. So x component of A is UA cos 45 degree and UB cos 60 degree, TATB, since it has written that the time of flight is also same. So TATB gets cancelled and UA by UB becomes cos 60 degree upon cos 45 degree. So the answer is UA by UB equals to 1 is to root 2, option number B. Come to the question number like 15. In the 15 number question, the maximum height reached by a projectile is 64 meter. Okay. If the initial velocity is halved, the new maximum height, they have not given any condition regarding the angle of projection. So we consider them same in both the cases. So we know h max is u square sine square theta by 2g. It means h max is proportional to u square. Rest of the parameters are same, and they are just asking us to just make the velocity of projection to be half u by 2. So new height covered by the projectile is h max by 416 meter is the answer. Come to the next. A body of mass m thrown horizontally with velocity v from the top of a tower of height h touches the ground at a distance 100 meter from the foot of the tower. So from height h with speed v, r1 range covered, horizontal velocity, time taken root 2 h by g, and the range is given 100 meter. Now they are just asking the another body of mass 2m given the velocity v by 2 from a height 4h. Now how much range covered by the particle? Now r2 is the velocity along the x, time taken root 2, height 4h by g, and 4 taken out from the root becomes 2, and this 2 and 4 gets cancelled. So we have result v under root 2h by g, which is similar to what? R1. So R2 and R1 both are equal. Answer is 100 meter. Come to the next. A ball rolls off the top of a stairway with horizontal velocity u. Steps are 0.1 meter, 0.1 meter high and wide. So the minimum velocity u with which that ball just hits the step 5 of the stairway will be, they have just written here like root x. So the actually I have here calculated u. So range covered is velocity in x into time of flight. So just if you see, ball just hits the step 5. Just hitting the step 5 means what? Up to this horizontal range, it has covered a distance of 0.4 meter and a height of 0.4 meter. So the range is ux into t, 0.4 u root 2h by g. You will get under root 2. So the answer here is 2. You can check this little bit careful about such kind of question. A man carrying a monkey on his shoulder does cycling smoothly on a circular track of radius 9 meter and completes 120 revolution in 3 minutes. The magnitude of centripetal acceleration. I'm just considering that a particle revolving in a circle with omega. So AC becomes omega square into r. We have to calculate the centripetal acceleration. For that, we must know omega and r. R is already given 9 meter. We will calculate omega, which is given 120 by 3 rpm. Just changing it into the radian per second by multiplying pi by 30, we get omega 4 pi by 3 radian per second, and it is AC equal to omega square into R, putting the value 16 pi square meter per second square. So the answer is option number A. Come to the question number 19. In this question, they are just explaining that a particle moving in a circle of radius r with uniform speed takes time t to complete one revolution. So time taken in completing one revolution is 2 pi r by v. Now, if this particle is projected with the same speed at an angle theta with the horizontal, the maximum height attained by it is 4 times the radius. Do not get confused between r and horizontal range. Here they have already written that the radius is r. So 4 times the r. The angle of projection theta is then given by. It means the velocity here v equals to 2 pi r by t, which will be the velocity of projection in this case. So H max is u square sin square theta by 2g, and it is given 4r. Just calculating sin square theta, putting the value of u from here and arranging it, you will get the answer option number B. Come to the next question. Here as on a circular table rotating, you see velocity of omega radian per second, there is a smooth groove, like a section is cut from here and along a radial direction on the table. A steel ball, here a steel ball is gently placed at a distance of 1 meter on the groove. All the surfaces are smooth. If the radius of the table is 3 meter, the radial velocity of the ball with respect to the table at the time ball leaves the table edge. So we all know when the particle is at a distance x, it has a centripetal acceleration because the table is rotating. AC is equals to omega square x. And here acceleration can be written as v dv by dx. Arranging it, when it is released from x equal to 1, it has velocity 0, and when it just leaves out the circle, it will be reaching to the distance of 3 meter. So integrating from 1 to 3, here x, and we get v equals to root 8, which can also be written as 2 root 2 omega. So the answer is 2. Now one more question is there. I just leave this question for you. You can try this very good question. So I will not be solving it here. If you get any problem in solving this question, you can let me know on my WhatsApp. Thank you so much. And again, have a great day. Let's see what next comes. But if you just watch these videos and try to understand the concept actually, because all of you are expected to be understanding what mathematics I'm just doing here. So mathematical calculations I have done here little bit faster. You just go through these calculations, try to understand the concept, and again if you are getting any doubt, you can contact me on my WhatsApp. Thank you so much everyone. Take care all of you. God bless you.